Let's dive into the realm of international expansion, specifically the differences between branch offices and representative offices. It's
Yeah,
like
right.
you have two very different strategies to establish a presence abroad.
Absolutely. And it's interesting how one structure is geared for direct revenue and operations, while the other is more about gathering market insights, right?
Exactly. A branch office, you see, is essentially an extension of the parent company. That means it can conduct commercial activities, sign contracts, and bring in revenue directly. But
Yep,
it
that
comes
makes
with
sense.
higher regulatory hurdles and associated liabilities.
Mm-hmm. And that also means more complex compliance and higher setup costs compared to its counterpart.
Right, right. Now, in contrast, a representative office is designed more for liaison purposes, focused on market research, promotion, and building brand presence, without engaging in direct sales or revenue generating transactions. It's
Yeah, I
almost
get
like a
that.
testing ground before committing fully.
But don't you think sometimes a representative office might limit a business's potential if they are too cautious? I mean, it can only do so much without that commercial edge.
That's a good point. And indeed, one could argue that if you're ready to operate fully in the market, a branch office might be a better call. However, for companies wanting an exploratory setup without diving headfirst into the local economy, the representative office is a safer, less costly bet. It
Mm-hmm,
really comes down
absolutely.
to the business's level of commitment and risk tolerance.
And speaking of cost, it's interesting that um, registration for a branch office usually is more complex compared to a representative office, right?
Yes, indeed, because the branch office is seen as a full extension of the business and is taxed on income generated locally, which naturally means more paperwork and compliance
Right, right.
checks. In contrast, a representative office deals with fewer regulatory requirements and generally isn't subjected to corporate taxes on revenue.
So it sounds like the decision really hinges on whether the company is aiming for operational autonomy versus a lower risk market presence.
Exactly. It's like choosing between a full on athlete who's in the game versus a scout who's gathering intelligence. You want to generate revenue? Go branch. Just testing the waters? Go
Yep,
representative.
that analogy
But
works
I
well.
must say, sometimes I wonder if companies really weigh all these factors thoroughly before diving in.
True. But given the tax implications and local hiring options, you really need to understand these nuances. The branch office allows for hiring local staff in operational roles, which can boost direct market impact, while the representative office sticks to non revenue functions.
That's spot on. And the overall takeaway is that both structures have strategic benefits depending on your market entry goals, whether you're going for aggressive revenue generation or just an exploratory market
Exactly.
presence.
And with experts like those at OnDemand International guiding you, making that decision can be much clearer.
Absolutely. Whether it's a branch office or a representative office, knowing the legal statuses, tax responsibilities, and operational scopes really empowers companies to expand confidently.
Yep, that's the bottom line. Well, that was an engaging discussion, and it surely highlights the importance of tailoring your business structure to your strategic goals in international markets.
For sure. And whether you're diving into full scale operations or taking a cautious exploratory step, understanding these differences is key.
Right on.